as the drone sails through the air, effortlessly capturing the natural splendor of the foothills below. My thoughts catapult back to the neon-drenched, big-haired epic of the 1980s. Ah, the 80s. A time when safe spaces were forts made from couch cushions, and the closest thing to a trigger warning was your mom yelling that dinner was ready, interrupting your epic backyard odyssey. It was an era where technology was as clunky as our fashion choices, and the digital revolution was just a twinkle in the eye of Silicon Valley. Our childhoods were wild, unsupervised escapades, where every bike ride could lead to a legendary quest, or at least to that one hill that felt like scaling Everest on two wheels. We were the pioneers of the pixel frontier, yet our digital dalliances never kept us from the real adventures waiting outside our doors. Streaming was something you did with a stick in a creek, and tweets were the domain of the birds that witnessed our less than graceful attempts at tree climbing. The 80s soundtrack was a symphony of synth pop and rock anthems, each beat a call to arms, or at least to awkwardly shuffle your feet at the school dance. Our boomboxes were our loyal companions, hefty beasts that we lugged around with a sense of pride, ready to blast our mixtapes at a moment's notice. Movies of the 80s were less about cinematic masterpieces and more about seeing how many one-liners and implausible action sequences you could fit into 90 minutes. Educational in their own right, teaching us the importance of camaraderie, resilience, and never underestimating the underdog. Fashion in the 80s? It was as if the decade was a contest to see who could wear the most eye-watering combination of neon and spandex. Our outfits weren't just clothes, they were declarations of independence, screamed at the top of our lungs in the language of leg warmers and acid-washed jeans. In the 80s, expressing yourself meant dressing like a walking, talking graffiti wall, and we wouldn't have had it any other way. Looking back through the high-definition lens of a drone, the 1980s feel like a quirky, neon-lit comedy show that we all lived through. It was a time devoid of safe spaces, unless you count the sanctuaries we built from blankets and sofa cushions. There were no trigger warnings before diving headfirst into the latest action flick, full of explosive, cartoonish violence that somehow never seemed to warrant concern. That freewheeling spirit, where every day was an adventure waiting to happen, taught us to embrace life with open arms and a healthy dose of irreverence. As we wade through the complexities of the modern world, the 80s stand as a neon beacon of simpler times, reminding us to laugh, live boldly, and maybe, just maybe, to give those shoulder pads another chance. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane and our drone's breathtaking journey, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing for more awesome content like this. Your support means the world to me, and I can't wait to share even more adventures with you. Thanks for watching.